couple other questions coming in here. Oh, you saw our EDC and the Molly and the EDC video. So what's my EDC? All right, I'll go through it. Evidently, we got some Firearms fans here too. For those of you who don't know, we also have E3 Firearms, E3 Overland, E3 Camping, E3 RVing. So our other sister brands too, but E3 Firearms is one of our biggest brands. And we've been having more and more people ask for more like how we deal with firearms and aviation and stuff all at the same time. We actually got the Firearms guides, fish and wildlife out here that work with us and different stuff. So we've been just kind of showing you like the rigid Molly panel that just went in. We have our Honey Badger mounted to that. We went to the rigid so that we can actually mount like an AR-15 style to that gun and stuff like that. Obviously, if we're out in the Everglades or something, you get on the Everglades or whatever, you get alligators and stuff. So I'm not a hunter, that's not my thing, but more protection type stuff. But so I will go through my EDC with you guys. If you guys want to see it, firearm stuff, let me know in the chat also if you want to see more of what we do here at Firearms and stuff. My EDC to Justin, to kind of just answer your question. So I typically every day, I always have my Surefire light. This is at a minimum, you got to have this. Even at like night and things like that. You know, we do a whole course in E3 Firearms about, it's called the 90% rule, about how to never get to a place where you ever need a firearm. If you get to the last 10%, you did something wrong. There's 90% of something that has to happen. A perpetrator has to be there, there has to be a victim, the victim's not paying attention. There's a whole bunch of things that have to happen. If you can break one of those pieces in that 90% chain, you'll never get to the 10%. We're not advocates of everybody should be carrying a firearm. That's not what we're about. We're definitely more about you should be trained and proficient and all that, but I don't want to go down a rabbit hole and go into firearms. But my point in saying all that is a flashlight in itself can be a huge deterrent. If you're walking down the street or in a garage, parking garage, and there's people around or whatever, just the fact that you pull out your light and you're walking around and you're acknowledging somebody, hey, how you doing? And you walk by, that alone is enough to break the chain in the 90% to not have an incident or get to the 10% where you would need your firearm. So I tell people at a minimum, always a firearm. And if you really needed it, it's also something good you can use for protection. So I always have my Surefire light on me at all times. Always have my knife on me at all times. So I use a couple different ones. This one's the MagTech, but I use a bunch of different kind of knives and stuff. So I always have that on with me. And reality is I use it more for opening boxes and things like that. I will show you my rig. This is my P365, but before we do anything, let's clear. So we are clear and safe. So this is my EDC. This is my P365. I do have the Surefire light on it, always. So momentary, it's just momentary only. I mean, you can press it and hold and the light stays on, or you can hold it and the light stays on and it comes off. So this is the P365. Why I like this? 11 rounds of 9mm. And these are, so I just want to tell you, this is one of our vendors. So if you go into, it's K&R, if you go into our site, E3 Firearm site, actually, it's available to everybody, even E3 Firearms. We actually, so here's a good thing for you guys members. We merged all of the benefits and all our partners, even off-road and camping and firearms, all into every one place where even if you're an aviation member or you're an RV member, you still get access to even the firearms discounts and deals or the RV or off-road deals and stuff. So check that out. But we have a great vendor that I love this appendix carry, got a spare mag, and it kind of wraps right here at your appendix. So this has been my carry for, geez, I don't know how many years, but I love this. P365. So that is my EDC to answer your question, Josh. And I usually also have the P320 in the scabbard, and you can see the carbon cubs open right now. It's kind of a bag right there. So there's usually a P320 there and stuff. So anyway, oh boy, you guys got me on firearms now. So let's talk about one more thing. I just got a call from, I can't say yet. Yesterday, they're sending me, they just released one of the most incredible firearms. If you guys remember the Q Fix, I will tell you the company, Q. So Q called me yesterday. They're sending us one of their brand new guns that is just getting released this month. I've been waiting for like 2 years for this because I knew it was coming. And if you saw our fix in 8.6 blackout, it's the next evolution of that, and I'm real excited to get that. So we should have that here in a couple weeks. We're gonna do a video. Maybe we'll do a flying video, going shooting like some of our other ones. We go to some ranges that we can fly in the plane, land right there and shoot and stuff. So we'll do that. But let's get back on our aviation stuff here.